Nintendo fans will buy anything with cute graphics and mediocre gameplay. Welcome back to Switch Game List, and here are 10 games that might prove them wrong about the Switch in 2025. The Witcher 3 is something special. The story follows Geralt, searching for Ciri, his adopted daughter who's being hunted by these terrifying spectral riders called the Wild Hunt. What blows my mind is how they managed to fit this massive world into a portable format. Sure, the graphics took a hit compared to other consoles, but having the complete story with both DLCs, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, right in my hands makes up for it. The game runs at a steady 30 FPS in handheld mode, which honestly feels pretty smooth for this type of game. I love how I can do a quick Witcher contract while on my lunch break. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter tells this haunting story about a supernatural detective investigating a boy's disappearance. The portable version looks surprisingly crisp. They've done some clever optimization work here. The game's atmosphere really pops on the OLED screen if you've got that model. What's cool is how the story gradually reveals that this isn't just about finding Ethan. It's about uncovering this dark family mystery where nothing is what it seems. They've actually improved the movement controls in this version, making investigation scenes feel more natural. Gone Home brings us to 1995, and you're Katie, coming back from Europe to find your family's new house completely empty. This version runs butter smooth, and they've added these HD rumble features that make searching through drawers and picking up objects feel super satisfying. The story unfolds through notes, cassette tapes, and family mementos you find around the house. It's mostly about your sister Sam's story, but there are also these amazing subplots about your parents' marriage and your uncle's troubled past. The portability really adds to the intimate feeling of uncovering a family's secrets.
Dear Katie, so much has changed.
What Remains of Edith Finch is a wild ride. You're exploring this bizarre family house where each room tells the story of how a family member died. The port maintains the game's surreal visual style surprisingly well, though you might notice some texture downgrades if you look closely. Each family member's story plays completely differently. There's one where you're swinging on a swing set, another where you're working at a fish cannery while daydreaming about being a king. The motion controls actually add something to certain sequences, making them feel more immersive. Outer Wilds puts you in the role of an alien explorer stuck in a 22-minute time loop right before your sun goes supernova. The port handles the physics-based gameplay pretty well, though you might notice some frame drops in busy areas. The story is mind-bending. You're investigating the remains of an ancient civilization across multiple planets, and each loop gives you new information about why the sun keeps exploding and what happened to these ancient aliens. The gyro controls for ship piloting are a nice exclusive feature, making space navigation feel more natural. Night in the Woods had me hooked from the start. You play as May, a college dropout who returns to her hometown of Possum Springs only to find everything's changed. The game nails small-town life in decline, with beautifully written characters dealing with real issues like mental health, economic hardship, and growing apart from childhood friends. The portable format really suits the game's bite-sized day-to-day structure, and the touchscreen support makes interacting with the world feel more immediate. Plus, the vibrant art style looks fantastic on the Switch's screen. Hey, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this look at some of Switch's finest games, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments which of these games you've played or are excited to try. Now, let's continue with our lineup. Oxenfree might be my favorite supernatural teen thriller ever. It follows a group of friends who accidentally open a ghostly rift during their island party. What makes this version special is how well it uses the HD rumble to enhance those spooky moments. The game's unique dialogue system, where conversations flow naturally even while you're exploring, works perfectly with the portable format. I found myself getting totally absorbed in the branching story paths during my commute, trying different choices to see how they'd affect the relationships between characters.
God.
You sure?
I'm as sure as I think I'm gonna be.
Look, I'm just gonna cut to the whatever. Like, I don't know exactly what happened back there, but the sign says that's an old communications tower, and I don't know about you, but I want to...
Road 96 brings us a unique road trip adventure set in a dystopian country where you're trying to escape across the border. Each playthrough is different because the game procedurally generates your encounters, but every character you meet has their own compelling story arc. The portability of the Switch makes it perfect for playing one escape attempt at a time, and the touchscreen controls add a nice layer of interactivity to certain story moments. They've optimized the visuals nicely for handheld mode, maintaining that distinctive art style.
She stole money from my office, then tried to pay our rent with it.
I don't need your money, man.
Who are you? Her attorney? No, I don't have proof. She turned off my security camera.
Disco Elysium is unlike anything I've played before. You're a detective with amnesia trying to solve a murder case, but the real story is about piecing together who you are. What's incredible is how they've adapted such a text-heavy game for portable play, with crisp, readable fonts and intuitive control options. Your thoughts are actual characters in your head, arguing with each other as you make choices. The performance is solid even in areas packed with detailed artwork, though load times can be a bit longer than other versions.
Then looks down again.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown.
Kona II Brume takes us back to northern Quebec in the 1970s, and it's the perfect game to play bundled up on the couch. You're playing as private detective Carl Faubert, investigating why this mysterious fog has trapped everyone in this freezing wilderness. The Switch version handles the atmospheric snow effects surprisingly well, and the game's blend of survival mechanics with storytelling feels great in portable mode. There's something special about unraveling this supernatural mystery while managing your resources and battling the harsh environment. Ni no Kuni 2 tells the story of young King Evan, who's trying to build a new kingdom after being overthrown in a coup. The animation quality in handheld mode is impressive. They've managed to maintain that Studio Ghibli-inspired look that makes the series so distinctive. This version includes all the DLC, adding substantial new story content to an already packed game. The mix of kingdom building, real-time combat, and classic JRPG storytelling works really well on the go, even if some of the more chaotic battles can cause minor frame drops.
You!
Firewatch pulls you into a beautiful and isolating story about being a fire lookout in Wyoming. You're in constant radio contact with your supervisor, Delilah, and watching this relationship develop while exploring the wilderness is incredibly engaging. The port captures the gorgeous art style perfectly. Those sunset views still take my breath away on the smaller screen. They've added gyro controls for the camera, which makes investigating clues feel more natural. The story keeps you guessing about whether there's really something sinister going on in these woods.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah.
That a guy over there?
Oh boy, enjoy dealing with that.
I know you guys are setting up bottle rockets out here, okay?
Famicom Detective Club. The Missing Heir comes with an interesting twist. It's actually a remake of a classic Japanese mystery that never made it west back in the day. You're investigating a wealthy family's curse and a suspicious death, with beautifully redrawn artwork and full voice acting in Japanese. The interface has been completely modernized for the Switch, making this classic adventure feel fresh. The story is pure noir detective fiction with a supernatural edge, and watching it unfold in this enhanced version is a treat.
Oh,
素晴らしい情報収集能力。そっか、現場に来てたんだ。
そうです。あなたがこっぴどく怒られているところをバッチリ目撃しました。
Hitchhiker is one unique road trip. You're thumbing rides with different drivers, each one helping you piece together your own mysterious past. The contained nature of each ride, you're basically just in a car having conversations, works perfectly for short play sessions. They've done a great job with the visuals in this version, and the intimate nature of these conversations feels very personal when played in handheld mode. Every driver has their own story that somehow connects to your own forgotten history. Sagebrush takes you into the abandoned Black Sage Ranch, where you're investigating the remains of a religious cult. What makes this game special is how it tells its story through the environment. Every note, photo, and cassette tape you find reveals more about what daily life was like for the cult members and what led to their tragic end. While the graphics are intentionally low poly, they've actually enhanced some of the lighting effects for this version, which adds to the unsettling mood as you piece together what really happened at Black Sage Ranch. Hey, let me know what you think about these games. Maybe you've played some and have a different take, or maybe something here caught your eye. Drop a comment, let's chat about it. See you in the next one.